last one, STAAR review. I guess Miss Moon was going to do 2 packets, and I talked her into just making it 1. So this is really STAAR review number 8 only. We're doing surface area and volume. Surface area of a rectangular prism. So if I only want the lateral, what formula is it that I need? What is it? No, the lateral. What is it? What's the formula on your formula chart for the lateral surface area? Is that you've only got choices of 2. Is it a prism or a cylinder? It's a prism. Okay, so what is the formula? S equals pH. And if you didn't know it, here it is. Surface area, and under surface area prism, lateral, pH. So, if I want S equals big pH, big P represents what? P equals perimeter. And how do we find perimeter? At all sides. And it's perimeter of our base. So in this picture, our base is shaded. So here's our base. So my perimeter, or my P, is going to be 2 plus 3. And what's this side? 2. And this side? All right, plus 2 plus 3. And what do I get when I add 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3?
10.
All right, so I got a perimeter of 10. When I have 2 variables next to each other, it means to multiply. So 10 times, the only number I didn't use for my base is what?
6.
So 10 times 6, because that's going to be the height of my prism, and I get what? 60. So my lateral surface area is 60. Okay? A lot of you missed that question. There was a triangle on the EOY, and it said find the lateral surface area. All the sides were 6. You just had to add them up and multiply them times the height they gave you in the paragraph. Okay? All right. So now surface area total. What's that formula? Okay. Do you see how pH is part of it, right? Yes?
Yeah.
So I can just take what I got over here and I'm going to stick it right here. Okay? And I've got plus 2 times, and now what is my big B? How do I find big B is area of the base. Okay? Big B is the area of your base. And how do I find big B for a rectangle?
2 times 3.
So big B is the formula, actually, is right here on your formula chart for a rectangle, little b times h. So I take that little b times h, and I find out that I have 2 and 3 on my base. So 2 times 3 is what?
6.
Okay, so now I plug that in there, and I got 2 times 6 is what? What's 2 times 6? 12. So 12 plus 60 is what? 72. It equals 72. So there we go. That's done. All right. Let's move on to a triangle. Okay. What did I do wrong? I took my pH from over here since we were using the same figure. Okay, Jasmine? Did I go too quick? Okay. This would have just been our 10 times 6. Okay. All right. So now let's do surface area of a triangular prism. Is the formula for the lateral different? How is it different? Okay, but what is the actual formula on your formula chart for the lateral surface area? It's a prism.
No, it's not.
It's the same. It's a prism, right? So S equals big pH. Well, now we just need to be careful that we're picking the right numbers for our perimeter. So what is my perimeter going to be here? 5 plus 6 plus 5. 5 plus 6 plus 5, which is 16. So I've got perimeter of 16. Now, how did I tell you? The height of the prism is the one you didn't circle for your base. So what is the height of the prism? 12, okay? That's the tricky thing here, is you've got to keep your H's correct. So if I didn't circle it with my base, it's the height of my prism, and that's the one that goes with perimeter, okay? So it's times 12, and what do I get? 192, so my lateral is 192. So then we need to do total. It's still a prism, so it's PH plus 2 big B. Okay? Jasmine, what's my pH going to be? 192. I'm just going to take it from right over here. Plus 2 times. All right, my big B formula is different. Big B is the area of a triangle, and if you'll go to your area formula chart, a triangle is 1/2 times little b times h. 1/2 times little b times h. Well, I got the 1/2 down, I know that. What's my base on this triangle, on the base? 6. And what is the height on that triangle?
4.
That's where the 4 comes in. And if you notice, your base and your height, this is the height line, this is the baseline. They're always connected by a right angle. Okay? So, and that 4 is pointing to this line right there. Okay? So I've got 1/2 times 6 times 4, which is what? What? No. Yes. 1/2 times 6 times 4. Should have put a times sign instead of a dot, because at this point we'll get it confused with decimals. What is it?
12.
Did everybody get 12? How many of you didn't bother to put it in? Thank you for being honest. One person is honest in the room, because there's a lot more of you than that didn't. Did you? Everybody else put it in?
No, I didn't.
I did.
All right, so it's 12. Remember, when you practice with us, it will make it easier to do. So 2 times 12. So what's 2 times 12? 24. And what do I get when I add 192 plus 24? What?
216.
216 for my total. Okay? All right, surface area of a cylinder. This is the one where it's all mapped out for us. We don't have to do anything other than figure out what our radius and our height is for lateral, okay? And for total, really. So, lateral. S equals, what does it say? 2 times pi times r times h. What does the r represent? Radius. Do we have a radius or a diameter? If we have a diameter, how do we find the radius? So diameter divided by 2 equals radius. Okay? All right, so I have a radius, so we're good to go. What's that 15 represent? The height. All right, so I do 2 times pi times, and you can do 3.14, okay? And they will tell you if it's an open-ended question to do 3.14 probably. 2 times pi times 5 times 15. And what do I get? 471 what? You don't want to cut it off, okay? You want to use what they give you. 471.23. Okay? So if I want my total, it's the same here. 2 times pi times radius times height plus, what do I have to add to the end of it? To what? What do I add to the end of that?
2 pi r squared.
2 times pi times r squared, because that is total. Okay? So, and if you recognize this, pi times r squared, look at your formula chart. What is that for? What formula is that? Pi r squared.
Circle.
A circle, the area of a circle. Okay? So, we know what this is already. It's 471.23 plus 2 times pi times, what's our radius? 5 squared. Don't forget that squared. What do we got? What's this part? Two times pi times radius squared. What did you get? Or what? All right. Do use 3.14. What do you get? Do 2 times 3.14 times 5 squared. 628. We've got 157. We've got 628. We need to figure out what it is. Just this part right here. 157.07. What did you get? No decimals. Anybody else do it? What'd you get?
I'll go 157.
Just 157.
I'll go 157.
All right. All right. So then we're going to add 471.23. And we get what?
628. Yeah, no.
Yep.
0.31.
Oh my goodness. What's going on? Are your calculators set on float or round or to the
Mine's
second?
float.
Yours is float.
And it says 628.31.
Mine's Are you rounding it yourself?
No, it says right there 31.
And yours says float too?
Mine says float.
All right. Let's do this.
31, 30.
Do this for me. Okay? All in the same thing. 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 15 plus 2 times 3.14 times 5 squared. Enter. What do you get?
628.
Even 628?
Yes.
All right. That's what we want. Okay? But if it's not an open-ended, if it's an open-ended, you want to put it all in at the same time, okay? If it's a total. That's what that taught us, right? All right, let's flip the page. Now we're going to talk about volume. Volume of a cylinder. What do we got? What? B equals big B times H. What was big B? What does big B represent?
Pi r squared.
Big B represents area of base. Okay, because the base could be a circle, the base could be other things. Now, cylinders and cones, we're going to be lucky. Guess what it is? It's a circle, isn't it? Okay, so big B is going to be the area of a circle. So we've got pi times radius, what? Squared times the height of the cylinder. Okay? So 3.14 times what's radius? 4 squared times what's height? 13. And you know what? If you don't remember what pi is, 3.14, if they want you to use it, they'll write it there. Pi button will be fun and get you close enough if you're not getting... If they have an open-ended, they're going to tell you, use 3.14 for pi. Okay? So what is it? So I got, Jasmine got 653.12. Is that what everybody got?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You need to do that in between class so that you can be here the whole time we do this. Okay, we only got 2 more to go. Can you hold it that long? Okay. Volume of cones. So, what's the difference with my volume of cones formula? Look at your mathematics chart. So, where is it on your chart? Do y'all see it? Y'all know what it is? 1/3 big BH. So, it's the same as a cylinder. It's just got the 1/3 on it. So, B equals 1/3 times big B times H. We still have a cone, so our base is still a pi r squared. So now we're going to do 1/3 in parentheses times, I hope yesterday proved my point. What is pi? 3.14 times, what's my radius this time? Because I had to do what? 42 divided by 2, because that's a diameter, to find my radius is 21. Times 21, what's the height? 43. And what do you get? 504 point what? 58. Everybody agree? How many of you putting it in? You got it, Timothy? I did. Very good. Good catch. I'm such a bad teacher. 21 squared. So I bet you our number's different, isn't it?
No, I did squared.
You did squared? Ooh, I forgot to square it on my formula. Ooh, I would have gotten that one wrong. Okay. All right. All right. So we got a sphere. What's the formula for a sphere? You got a different answer. What'd you get? Did you put your parentheses, your 1/3 in parentheses? Clayton, did you put your 1/3 in parentheses?
Yeah.
Let me see what you put in your calculator.
I put
Plus 43. That's the problem. Clayton put plus 43. Because he likes to do his calculator as you're sitting in an... Hey, I'm telling you, this is the problem. Okay? You cannot work that calculator and do math sitting in an easy chair. Okay? You got to be on top of it so you can see it. So what's the answer? Tucker, what'd you get? Ronald. Xander. 2008. 19,000. 19,000 what? There we go. All right. Much better. All right, volume of spheres and hemispheres. What's your formula for the sphere? And that's something that you'll forget, cubed or squared, okay? So it looks like I have a radius here, don't I? Okay, so that's all I need. This is the easy one. Times 3.14 times 3 cubed. Does everybody remember how to do 3 cubed in their calculator? How do you do it?
Press the square button and then
Chinese hat.
you go back to the 2 images.
You just use Chinese hat and 3. Okay, if that's what you want to do, that's more work to me. Okay? So, Nick, what'd you get for this one? He's like, why did you call me? You know he's thinking that. Princess, what did you get? You're not shy. What did you get? Oh, yes, put it in your calculator because you're not just here to copy what we're writing on the board. Participation is mandatory. Cariana, what'd you get?
113.4.
That's 0.4?
Yep.
Alrighty. What happens? There's no formula for half a sphere.
You divide it by 2.
What is it called?
A hemisphere.
A hemisphere. Hemi means half, okay? So V equals 4/3 times pi times radius cubed. Everything gets divided by 2. Okay? That's a 3. 4/3. It's on the formula chart.
19,000.
So do I have a radius or a diameter? So I need to do 42 because I have a diameter divided by 2 equals 21. And that's a reoccurring pattern, isn't it? So we've got 4/3 times 3.14 times 21. Oh, this is going to be a big number, I bet. Divided by 2.
19,386.
Getting different answers. I need.
That's the same answer.
He just didn't say it in correct language.
Yeah, the
But no, you named it off number by number. But I said 19,000.
claim.
You said 1.
Claim.
19. What is it?
Wait, did you hear that? Everybody said 19386.36.
$19,386.36. But it's not money, so it would be 19,386 and 36 hundredths. Is really how it should be said. Okay. All right, part 2. 2 questions. These are typical. In a museum, there is a sculpture in the shape of a cylinder. The cylinder has a diameter of 12 feet and a height of 8 feet. Which equation can be used to find V, the volume of a cylinder, in cubic feet?
V equals big BH.
So, what is the formula here? It's a cylinder. What is the formula?
V equals big BH.
V equals big BH. And then I have to break down that formula. What am I going to break down that formula to? What's big B?
Pi r squared.
Pi times r squared times height, correct? Okay, so did they give me an R? What did they give me? D equals 12. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. So I can put in, I've got a pi, and I'm going to multiply it times r squared, and then it says my h is just h, so which one matches? F. H is 12. Okay? It's that simple. If you will write it down instead of trying to figure it out inside the paragraph. Okay? Alright, this is a pain in the butt one, but it's not as difficult as it may seem. A cone and a cylinder with their dimensions are shown in the diagram. We have seen one of these on each of the last 2 years. Which measurement is closest to the difference in the volumes of these figures in cubic inches? So, I've got a cone and I've got a cylinder. Okay? I need volume. So what is the formula for the volume of a cone? One-third big BH. All right, and so I'm just going to concentrate on the cone.
The cone can fit inside the cylinder 3 times.
Yes, it can, but that doesn't help us here, okay? Unfortunately. All right, so that used to be the test question,
Yeah.
okay? Used to be. Now they're making you find the difference of the two. All right, so what is my big B for a cone? What's the base? Right here.
7.
It's a circle. So 1/3 times pi times r squared times h, because this is representing my big B. Okay? So 1/3 times pi, which I'm going to use 3.14 times, I got a D here, so I need 6 divided by 2 for an R. and I get 3. So times 3, what do I get? $75 what?
0.36.
So do you notice that that's an answer choice, 75? They're trying to catch you, okay? And it says closest, right? Okay, so we're not going to be a perfect exact. A cylinder, B equals big BH. On a cylinder, I'm almost done, people, stay engaged, okay? This is big B is pi r squared, and then it's times your h. All right, so I've got a D here again. Same one though, right? So 6 divided by 2 equals 3 for my R. So I've got 3.14 times 3 squared. Ooh, what did I do wrong over here? I didn't do anything right here. Do you see what I did wrong there?
Oh goodness. No, ma'am, I do not.
I see two things wrong. I didn't square and I didn't multiply times what?
7.
Times 8. 8 is my H. Why aren't you guys catching me?
I said it.
That is the right answer. Yeah, it's the right answer.
But that's the right answer.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Lord have mercy, you're not catching me though. Alright, 3 squared times 8, because that's my H. What am I doing? What do I get?
No, you get 148. 100.48.
Alright, we need to figure it out.
Like you're doing something.
It's G. It's G.
You're going too fast, Clayton.
It's G.
No, what answer do I get here?
200.
You do not square. 226.
Yes, you do.
Wait, what's it looking for?
The volume.
Exactly, right here.
Okay, so what's big B?
Don't square.
What's big B?
I had to make
Big
sure.
B, what's the base on your cylinder?
Like you're special.
No, what is shape is this
Oh,
base?
circle.
So what's the formula for the area of a circle?
You're gonna be
Pi r squared.
It's 226.08.
Did everybody get 226.08? Okay, so then you have to find the difference because that's what it asked for. What is the closest to the difference
J.
between the two? So 226.08 subtract 75.36.
J.
And what do we get? 150.73. So the closest would be J. Hey, if you know how to find volume and surface area, just because that problem has like 2 and 3 parts to it, don't skip it. Okay? That may be the one that puts you over the top.